going into my basketball. Every time I rock, man, this is how we rap and raw. Peace to my man, now we got the camera out. Every time I spit it, cross over the...
All right, hello everyone, this is Josh, also known as Yashu. You're just tuning in to the 61st episode of the TLOY Talks podcast. First ever podcast co-hosted by my guy AJ Niroo and all that. You know, we're gonna have more of these like going on and all that, and you know, we're definitely gonna get it started and all that too, you know. So we actually have a legendary Toronto videographer in the works, actually from Pickering, by the way, too, but you know, he's worked with the likes of Tony Yayo, OGZ, Pressa, Wasgang, Paris Richards, Bizlog, a shitload of artists. Like, I could like definitely go on and on, but like, you know, we're definitely gonna get it in. So we have the legendary Macadelic, and then we have 6CHIIILD right there. How are you guys doing today, man?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right. You know, like, you know, just tapping in with videos and all that type of stuff too, and all the other content, you know, was like very amazing to see too. And like, when I was doing like a little bit more research, you know, you had the draft season project with Carmelo and all that, and then the Johnny VV project too. And like, I was like listening to it more, and I'm like, yo, I'm actually interested in like tapping in, you know, to seeing how like videographers and producers can like link up and create like albums and all that type of stuff and all that.
Yeah. That's dope, bro. You actually did your fucking research, eh?
Yeah, man.
This guy does it.
That's
real
awesome.
Shit,
yeah, bro. In terms for the draft season thing, like, so like bro, I've been a rap guy my whole life, ever since I was a little kid. You know, like I used to dye my hair blonde, call myself fucking Slim Shady.
That shit too when I was
know, bro. Like
crazy.
I was just so I'm just been a rap guy my whole life, right? So.
Man.
I have like a love for it, and I've never been into like making music, like rapping myself, right? But I have like a production year and shit. So Patrick Carmelo, he's been my boy for years. He's an amazing producer, right? Like this guy's like platinum level. He works with Kevin Gates. He works with all these fucking big names, right? So I hit him up and I was like, yo, why don't we make a project together? Like we'll just make original beats. I'll get these guys in the studio. We'll make it right then and there. Like I didn't want to do the project like, yo, send me a track, bro. You know what I mean? And then some guy just goes through his phone and just finds like some shitty little song and throws it to me, right?
Yeah,
so.
And you also had like the Johnny VV project too, and you know you have like that dope relationship with him. You had like the interview as well too, and all that, and you know it's amazing to see like how like that relationship can even like form to a project as well too, you know. So
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. Like and then it starts from there. You know, we started reaching out to guys, and then we got a lot of big names on it. You know, we got Robin Banks. I had to make sure he's on there. He's like a legend. You know, we got Biz Locus like an intro. Yeah, you got fucking there's so many guys.
Shitload of people, you
YG,
know.
the list goes on, bro.
Show, all those guys, man.
Road
I understand,
Runner.
man. Yo, 100% too. And
man.
you know, we're definitely gonna get started right here. You know, I've done my research. You're born in Pickering, and you know you've lived there like throughout your entire life. So, what was that like for you as a kid growing up? And would you say it was a good experience?
Yeah, growing up in Pickering was good. It was just like regular shit. You know what I mean? And then I moved away from there when I was like 19, 20. But I grew up there mostly. You know, I went to a school called Pine Ridge, which is like up Liverpool Road in Pickering. And yeah, fuck. It's funny. I still have like artists that I went to school with that are like musicians in the scene now. You know, like, do you know 88 Camino?
Yeah, I know Camino. Yeah.
He went to my high school. Like we had math class together. And
You guys work together?
No, we haven't actually worked together.
Yeah.
But he's like a big name. Like he's in the 88 Glam shit, you know. And there's another guy named D Money. Me and him he's been my homie for years. He went to my high school. There's a couple guys, right?
Yeah, man.
Pickering's good.
How was Camino like back in like high school and like those days and all that?
From what I remember, he was like a jokes guy. From what I remember, like he was like a class clown type, you know. Like he was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's always those ones that end up being in the industry.
I know, eh? He was rapping back then too, eh? But he had a different name. It's called Drew Howard.
Yeah, man. And like You're Not My Mans and all that. That's still like a lit track actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yo, that shit's crazy. Like I think he's trying to delete that, but people keep saving it. You know, like you can still find it somewhere. You know, like it's funny.
Honestly, man. And like I mean, Durham, it has like a lot of dope artists too. Like I've had Keisha Fresh on here a while back too. Solo YS, you know, like the whole producer thing as well too, and like Daniel Caesar like. So, you know, growing up, was it big for music at that time too, just as a community or just as a buzzing industry and all that? Like,
fuck, bro, Durham's just Durham. I don't know, bro. Like, it doesn't really have like a scene like that. Like, Durham just get mixed in with Toronto, you know? It's all the same shit. Like, a lot of guys too that are from Durham won't even say they're from Durham just to save their like, you know, they'll just be like, yeah, I'm from Toronto. It's also easier to say that, you know, like if you're just talking to some random person, you're like, yo, I'm from Durham.
Yeah.
You're like, where the fuck is that? Like it's like a fucking region of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you say I'm just from Toronto, it's just easier sometimes, right? So a lot of guys do that, right? But yeah, there's a lot of there's a fucking ton of good artists in Durham, bro. Like there's a ton of good guys. Like some of the guys you mentioned, K-Trey, who's one of my homies. He's fucking sick.
I mean, Lennon Stella, she's like a pop singer-songwriter from like Oshawa and all that too. I mean, a lot of rappers like Slim De Niro, he's from like Ajax and all that.
He is. I forgot. Yeah.
And I mean, Shawn Mendes, Pickering and all that. Boy Wonder, Pickering,
Is that where Shawn Mendes is from?
Yeah, Pickering, That's sick. So if there were to be like a versus battle between like Durham versus like Peel region, who do you think might win?
Durham versus Peel?
Yeah.
Oh, Durham's getting wiped, bro.
I mean, even with Shawn Mendes and like Danny Caesar, you know, like
bro, like nah, like you can't
I feel
include
like there's
those
just
guys.
so much more artists in Peel region too.
Yeah,
Like
for
you know,
sure.
like everyone
Like,
wants to be an artist out
the
there.
underground guys in Peel are like
and
sick.
there's a lot of talent out there for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like no disrespect to any of my Durham guys, but Durham's definitely 100% getting crushed in that one-on-one.
no, 100% too, man. No, I think, I mean, it might be a fair chance. I mean, Peel might go hard, but I mean, Durham has like some close hitters and all that. I mean, Daniel, Shawn Mendes, but I can understand it, you know. So,
Yeah. So those guys, it's like saying, it's like comparing the Drake to fucking 6CHIIILD. You know what I mean? Like it's not fair, bro. You can't compare someone to Shawn Mendes. You know what I mean? The guy has like 1 billion monthly listeners.
bro,
You know what I mean? Like it's insane. Like yeah, bro.
I
He's
swear
like
he probably spends no time in Canada. This guy.
probably not. Like
yeah, but no, I understand too. And you know, what were you like growing up, and what was like that whole like childhood experience like and all that?
I was like a pretty good kid growing up. Like I had like good grades and shit, but I also fucked around enough, you know, like I was in high school, I was in like the yearbook committee.
Yeah.
So I created the yearbook and everything, but I was like the bad kid in the yearbook committee, you know, like I fucking smoked weed, I came to class high every day, you know what I mean? Like my teacher always knew it, you know, and I was like, fuck, like, but I still like did my shit, you know, like, but I started in high school, that's when I started doing fucking around with photography. So I guess that's kind of where it started, you know?
Yeah.
To this day. But
for sure, man. And what inspired you to even take that lane, even within videography and directing, especially like in music and all that?
like starting directing?
Yeah.
Well, it started because I started a blog with my brother. It was just like a music, like we just like if someone dropped a song, we'd write up about them and post their music. Yeah. And the blog was like getting pretty like decent like page views, and this is like the blog era too. So like 2013 to 2015.
Yeah.
And like our shit was doing like pretty good numbers, you know, and we ended up getting in touch with like Robin Banks when he was like blowing up, right? And I had like a connection to them, and they were like, yo, just direct a music video. Like, you seem creative, you're doing all this shit, you have the crazy website, like all this stuff, you know, like direct a music video. So I ended up directing, I forget honestly which one came first, if it was 4, 5, 6 or That's a No-Go, but it was one of those two that were like big, you know?
Yeah.
And then I just fell in love with directing. It's just sick. Like, it's just cool, like to have a vision and then like put it to life and then see the success of it, you know?
Accomplish the full thing.
Man.
Yeah, bro, it's just cool, you know? Like,
it's just like knowing like at the right time too, and like even blogging too. It's like a very interesting time because even the Toronto blog scene, like you've had like Slava P and all that. You've had I mean, you had like that dude McFly and all that in terms of
Slava
like
P's the Vice guy, right?
Yeah, Vice and all that.
Yeah.
I was like actually reading his book. It's like actually kind of crazy, but like he's like kind of like the OG of the whole like blogging and like Toronto stuff and all that. Way before like Friday Ricky Dread and all that too and all that. I think like if you were to compare like Slava's work to other people, like it's unmatched in that sense too. I mean, you've even had like Dalton Higgins and like all those other people too, like Master T and all that. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, there's definitely a way for that. Actually, Toronto needs more of that shit, bro. Like, more people behind the scenes, you know?
Yeah, man.
Like, there's so much room for it, bro. Like, and the more people that do that, the more our scene, like, thrives and shit, you know? Because then we got, like, crazier blogs. You just got people helping out, you know what I mean? Like, it's not so much of a workload on certain people, you know?
That makes sense.
Yeah,
man. And I feel like there is, like, in that sense, too, but I think, like, it's, like, different, like, within different scenes and different stuff and all that. Because if you go to, like, the like mainstream polished underground scene and all that too, where you had like Devontae and like the people covered like in rap season and all that. Like you'll notice
Yeah.
like the bloggers and all that too. But like if we're talking like the underground scene, like the Toronto like underground music scene, like people only see like maybe 1-2 guys and all that. So it's like
Yeah, for sure, man.
yeah, man. And I mean, just like getting into the experience right now, you've directed for a shitload of people like Wasgang, Paris Richards, YTN with Ro and like Paco and all that, Bankroll Brad, Robin Banks, like a shitload of people, and
Yeah.
even like young early Tristan Thompson's brother and all that. Like that's like a crazy flex too. And how is like each experience, you know, different like in a sense and all that?
Well, everybody's different, bro. Like each artist is different, right? Like 6CHIIILD, he brings his own elements to the table, right? Like every artist. So like it's kind of up to me to like work with the artists and how they work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so like it's always I always tell guys too. Our best videos always come out after like our second or third one because then I get to know the person and like we get to build a chemistry. You know?
Yeah.
So like everybody's different, bro. You know, like each artist brings their pros and cons, and you know what I mean. And but yeah, and all those guys are sick though. You know.
Do you find when you meet these artists in person, they're the same as the personas that they put out there to all the fans and stuff, or do you find they're a little more down to earth when you
That's a
actually
good
meet
question.
them? Like, you know, like that. I was wondering this when I'm seeing all these big artists. I'm like, I wonder if
Yeah.
they're the same as, you know, like.
Some guys are.
yeah,
Some guys
yeah.
like Abizlok. Like I was. He's the same guy in a fucking school, in a jail, in this room. He'll be the same fucking guy,
That's
bro.
how-
Like
that's the
he
best
doesn't
way to be, yeah.
and that's what's awesome about him
Yeah,
because
that's
you
sick,
know
bro, yeah.
he's not bullshitting. He's not a
Yeah.
lot. You know he's a straight up front guy, and I love that. You know, and some guys know the game, bro. That's the thing. Like some guys know the game, so they know when the cameras are rolling. Let me put on this like little kind of like
Yeah.
personality and character, right? Like,
Yeah.
bro, I met Chromaz. She's not as wild as people like.
Is she
Well, at least
really?
from the time I met her, like she was super cool. Like
That's sick,
she was super chill. Like I had nothing bad to say, but like she made sure everybody was good. You know what I mean? Like she's just fun and like she wasn't. And then she turns on the camera and she's like you know, doing her thing, right? Like,
Yeah,
but
Wait,
she's
real
like,
question, how was her outfit though?
yeah, she fuck, like, what outfit? But yeah, fuck.
Yo, man. And like,
you
I mean,
have to ask.
Paris Richards too and all that too. Like, that's like the queen of the six right there from what she's saying and all that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, that's like a crazy flex.
Yeah,
But
she's cool too, man. Shout out her.
But if there was like someone that you regret like working with and all that, like from that experience, like who would you say was like someone that you regret like working with and all that?
Regret working with? I have no regrets.
No regrets.
Nah, because everything I've done has brought me to this point, made me learn
Man.
lessons, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And you know, you've worked with like people like OGZ, like through like the Montreal stuff and all that, Polo G,
Yeah.
Tony Yayo. And what was like that? How did you even like gain those experiences and like working with them?
shout out, bro. All of those experiences come from like just knowing people. You know what I mean? Like Bugs got the opportunity. Shout out Bugs, right? Like he's one of my guys. He got the opportunity to open up for OGZ, and we had a really good relationship. So he's like, "Yo, Mac, reach, right?" So he brought like a little team with him, and we went on a little road trip, and yeah, shit's fun, bro. Like OGZ, and we got to like meet OGZ, and he's super chill, you know, and yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like Tony Yayo too, like a G and a legend and all that too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if they're like all from the whole like Peter Jackson story and all that, because I know Peter Jackson was like bringing those guys like to like Montreal, Toronto. I mean, aside from like Polo G and all that, but yeah.
Yeah, Tony Yayo's cool. I just filmed like a show for him.
Oh, true.
Like there's like a brand that was kind of like sponsoring him at the
true.
time, and they're like, "Yo, come do this thing for him," and did a little show, hung out with him backstage. He's super cool, man. He's like, I feel like he's trying to be like a mentor to the young generation.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing that with Pressa and all that. He's doing that. I mean, he was working with like Zero a little bit too, and like he was like following like a lot of like Toronto people. Like he's really like tapped in with the scene and all that, you know.
For sure, bro.
Yeah,
Nah, man,
man.
the scene. I feel like a lot of these guys have an eye on the scene, you know,
Yeah.
like low key. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of good talent and shit.
For sure, man. And you know, you actually worked with like two well-known people that are in like different circumstances. Dope Boy DQ, rest in peace, and Johnny Vivi, who's kind
in
of doing
peace.
like a little bit of time for a bit too. So, how did you meet and like gain those friendships with those people? And how did you even like react like when you found out that he passed away? Just like
Oh,
earlier
fuck,
this-
the
yeah.
DQ one was fucked, bro.
And what were they like outside of music?
Oh, DQ is a good guy, man. He's a good guy. he had a good heart. You could tell. You know, like when I'm on like scene, like on set with him, like I like to talk to artists, right? Like, and he's just good people, you know. And that was sad, bro. It's become it's fucked up, bro. Like over the years, because like I worked with Houdini and I worked with YS and Talib Twin and all these guys, you know, and then when they pass away, it's just fucked. Like it's crazy. Like no job. I don't think no job in the world. You like go to your job, meet somebody, get to like know them, you know, like you have a coworker, and you're like, yo, I like this guy, like, you know what I mean? And then the next day they're dead, you know what I mean? Like it's actually fucked up. Like it's like Toronto's just I don't know. It's just
man. And he was at his happiest too. Like I remembered he was performing at the Stars and Line show, like just like back in like July or August, and I remembered he brought his crew out there like to perform like some songs and all that, and he was like very, very like happy, like in a sense too. Like he felt like, hey, you know, I could bring the streets to the music and all that, and it could like pay off. And like, you know, everyone was like turned and all that. Like my guy Prezi was actually on stage with him and all that too. And it's like a crazy feeling that you could be on stage one day and then, you know, next day, like, you know, you just like passed away just like right there and all that. And I mean, yeah, he was about to blow like crazy, you know. So
I know, bro. It's that kid had so much potential, bro. And that's the thing. He was so young, bro. Like he was a young guy, man. Like he's like, you know, like it's just sad seeing such young people just pass from like senseless violence, you know? Like I think, us as a city, we have to do better, you know? And yeah, bro.
No, for sure. And I mean Johnny VV too. I mean he's still doing okay as well. I think he's just doing temp for a bit.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Johnny VV, like he's still doing fine and all that, right?
Yeah, Johnny. He hasn't called me in a minute. But yeah, we have a pretty good relationship. I met him at 30 Shots video shoot for Rolex Homie. And he just seemed cool. I just liked him, you know. And yeah, we went from there. And then he was like, when he got knocked, he was like, hey Mac, I have like unfinished songs, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to do like a collab tape? And I was like, okay, let me see what I can do with this, right? So they're all like remix songs though, on like tight beats, and like he had like a 42 Doug We Paid, you know that beat? He had like a remix to that. So I just got in the studio with Carmelo. I'm like, yo, call Carmelo, right? Just put the bat symbol up for fucking Carmelo, right? And this guy comes flying in. But and then we get in the studio and we like remake. We just took the raw vocals and we made the beats over it. You know, so we just had the raw acapella and we're just remaking the beat around it. Yeah, so it came out sounding pretty cool, right?
Oh, you know, this is actually one of the craziest things and all that. You know, we have music video models and all that, all shapes, all sizes. They're in like every video, you know, you name it and all that too. And like you've met them like hundreds of thousands of times and all that. And you know, one thing like usually that does tend to happen is like, you know, crediting them like within music videos and all that too, because you don't really see that on the like social media posts or like even on the music video too. And you know, as a videographer and director, do you feel that these models should get credited for not only just the video but for the social media posts as well, or how would you even go with that?
Like, are you talking about like artists not posting the videographer?
No. I'm saying like the video models,
like the girls in the
video.
The
girls in the videos.
Yeah.
What do I feel about it?
Yeah, like do you feel like they should get like tagged or posted or credited like in the music video?
No, I mean like I didn't credit them in my video that I just put up, but I guess it depends. Like what you want to do.
Like if the girls are in that business, obviously it's good for them if they're tagged. You know what I mean? Like. But yeah, I guess it depends, bro. I've seen some girls be like, get paid for the video, go to the video shoot, and be like, yo, edit me out, bro. Like, I'm gonna take you to court. And you're like,
it's so really? Second nature.
I saw that shit online. This happened. You can look it up. I forget who it was, but
I think Dolly Rams, right, or something like that.
I honestly don't remember who the fuck it was, but
yeah, I mean, because like for me, like I want to go like a little like devil's advocate for a bit too, because I feel like, you know, like they paid for their like they're there for their time and all that too, and like
they get paid.
Yeah, and you have to give them support too and all that. I feel like
attitude though, they have to chill out, like with that ego, bro. Like,
for sure,
like let it. Yeah.
Like there's certain girls, bro, that I like when I go, say I'm doing a music video, right? And like the artist is like, yo, like I need like 2 girls on set. I like know which girls I'm gonna like go hire because they're easy to work with. They're good on set. There's no issues, no attitude. You know what I mean? There's no problems when it comes to the payment. You know, to have like these go-to kind of like, they're part of like the scene. You've seen them in other videos and shit. You know what I mean? They have like a business. That's part of their business.
I feel like it's also like depending on how they act. Like if you're gonna come and work and collab on this video, like come acting correctly. You know?
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
So like even like with like strippers or like, you know, girls like doing work extra and all that, like it kind of depends on like the style and all that, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
For sure, man. And you know, just like you know, even with your own stuff right now, you've worked with like Orazio and all that. You've worked with this guy named I think like Cash Mac or something like that from Windsor, and then
Oh, Cash Vision.
Cash Vision, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
like a shitload of like other videographers too. And like you know, just even in that sense too, how's it like collaborating and working with those other videographers versus like working on your own, like in that sense?
I love collaborating with people. I love working with people, you know. I love seeing what we can make, you know. And I've always been that guy, you know. And I've always been a guy that, since you can ask for a lot of these big videos I've had, right? The artist has hit me up, and then I've like brought a videographer with me. You know what I mean? Like to be like, yo, we have a big video. Like come do this one with me. You know what I mean? Like I think I did that one with the YS John Wick. I brought Dante with me, you know.
So
we
you're like
collabed. But I also like it's also like a thing where it's like whose style will go well with mine for the song, you know what I mean? And also these guys I also have a close relationship with. You know, the videographers like
that makes it
99% of the
more
time
enjoyable too.
for sure. You know, like Orazio, me and him kind of started off together. We did a lot of videos together at the beginning, and then I started doing my own thing. He started doing his own thing. Me and Dante did a bunch of videos together. Me and Nino Louie did a bunch of videos together.
True. And like M-Works and I think KR and all that.
Me and KR have done a few together. We did a Portion song back in the day,
True.
Portion and Goods. It was we did a few others.
Brown Guy Made It as well too.
Which one was that?
Brown Guy Made It.
Me and Brown Guy have never done a video together. No, but we were cool. Like we were just on set like 2 weeks ago together.
True.
Yeah. Well, he was shooting a video during the day, and then I came and shot a video after.
True.
For the same guy actually, which is pretty cool. So we just had like a switch over, you know.
Nice.
But yeah, Brown Guy's awesome. I got Cash is great. He's like my dog, you know.
Yeah.
And then I have one of my guys, Colin, who I work with all the time. He's like a VFX guy. So, bro, I look at videos like it's like you're building a fucking team, right? Like say you have the song there, right? I could go and do everything myself, right? But when you bring other people's brains in, you get a different look sometimes. Or like there's certain things that I'm like super good at, and there's certain parts that I'm weaker in. So you bring people in to like offset that, so you get a really good video. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing. Cole Bennett does it all the time, bro. He never edits a video by himself. He'll always have 4 or 5 guys with him.
Unbiased opinion.
Absolutely, you know what I mean? He'll even bring in a guy. He'll be like, "Yo, let me get someone to color this who's fucking amazing at coloring." You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But the director's still the director. He still did his job by bringing all those people in. You know what I mean? Like so, it's like you're doing like a canvas. You're like painting something. You know, like you're just like putting all the pieces together. Like
And like even like having a production team too, because I've actually interviewed like someone who owns like a production company and all that, where like he'll have like a team with him to kind of do like the stuff like the lighting and all that, the DOP, like the first camera, second camera.
Oh yeah,
a lot of type of stuff too. And like I feel like that's like pretty essential to even having good music videos too. But you could also understand like if some people only bring like maybe like 1-2 mans just to be on the set and like kind of do like a lot of stuff too. So
yeah, I always bring my shout out H, my guy. Eighth Letter, he's a rapper too, but he helps me with the video shit, and he's my guy. Yeah, he helps with a lot of the lighting and shit like that. So like, say we need something crazy where the artist, you know, the lighting needs to be like put somewhere crazy, and I'm way down somewhere, you know, like he helps me with that shit. We coordinate it on set, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
100% too. And you know, even with friendships in the music industry and all that, because I know like a lot of people, like a lot of like friends and all that, and like others are it kind of, you know, acquaintances like in that sense too, or like others that are like neutral and all that. So
yeah, for sure.
How do you even like value like that importance of friendship within that business? And do you feel like establishing friendships with your collaborators is like necessary, or is it always like strictly like business and all that?
Like I have a business, you know what I mean? Along the way, of course, you're gonna make friends with people, you know what I mean, that you connect with, and you know, you have similar personalities. You might work with them more, so you have more times that you're with together. You know what I mean? It's just it's situational, right? It all depends, right? But I run a business, you know what I mean? Like I'm not in the friend making business, like I'm in the music video business, like you know what I mean? But it is a plus when these guys were very cordial, you know what I mean? We can call each other during the day and you know, like that's I want that, you know, like,
and they're easy to communicate with.
Absolutely,
like
bro. Like, yeah, I'd rather that, you know, than I just meet you one time, we shoot, and then the next time you hear from me, I send you your fucking video, and then never again. You know what I mean? Like, but like, it's better when we talk, you know. Like,
has that ever happened to you? actually?
Yeah, I've done
Really?
I've done a few of those before where like
alright.
I've done a video for a guy and then never seen them again. And like they've just done one video, they're like, "Oh, my video's done 5K, I'm done." You know, or whatever the situation, you know, like
Are there
whatever.
any specific artists locally or globally that you've always been itching to work with or you've always wanted to work with?
Yeah, fuck. I want to work with BLP Kosher. Do you know who that is?
Is he local guy?
Nah,
I never heard
he's
of him.
he's like an undergrad. He's like coming up right now, but
From Florida, right?
yeah, he's from Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just came to Toronto a while back, actually.
Yeah. He was like recent. Like
Yeah.
he just did a show here like 2
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
I want to do something for him. That would be sick. It's just crazy. Like, obviously, I would love to work with Drake. You know, like that would be sick. Or like Tory Lanez. You know, Tory Lanez would be amazing.
Tory Lanez, he's got some time to do before all that.
Well,
No,
yeah, we'll see, bro. I don't
Yeah.
know about Tory doing all that time.
Yeah.
But
Oh, actually, you think he'll get out sooner?
yeah, I think that
I hope so,
some
bro. That
type
guy's
of
sick.
appeal will
Yeah.
happen.
I think he's
or-
supposed to come to Canada and
pardon.
get some time over
Yeah.
here too.
Yeah, he'll get some type of pardon.
He
That shit's
released
fucked.
something not too long ago, I swear.
Yeah, he just put out a.
Alona Prom, actually.
Yeah,
Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The prom night one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Alone at prom, I think, or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
I heard it briefly.
Yeah.
It sounded hard. Yeah.
I haven't really checked it out
Yeah.
yet. No.
Yeah. I haven't like listened to like Tory for like a minute and all that too. Like I've heard like some singles too, but I feel like I had to like kind of pause on that because of this whole like Charles stuff and all that because you don't know like what's gonna happen. But I might have to tap in for a bit.
Yeah, and Tory definitely started taking more of an artistic approach to his music for
Yeah.
sure. You know what I mean? Like he's definitely fucking trying some shit, you know. But music needs that, you know.
Yeah,
Because if you just stay fucking doing the same thing over, like Tory Lanez been around for a long time.
He's versatile
yeah,
too.
yeah.
That
He's
guy.
so
Yeah,
versatile,
he's,
bro.
Yeah, real shit.
How long's Tory Lanez been around for? 2014,
fucking, yeah.
2010,
2015.
2011, I think.
Well, I mean, since he's been mainstream, it's
Oh,
like
mainstream?
2015.
2015,
New York
2015,
and shit,
yeah.
doing his people in New York and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I think the first like actual mainstream song he did, it was like "Know What's Up" with like him and Kirk Banks, and then he did some stuff with like YG and all that, and then he
Yeah.
didn't really get like viral until like the Lost Cause like mixtape and all that.
Remember you had that one song called like it was called Blow, I think.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah,
it
Blow,
was
though.
fucking big on YouTube.
I think it was like in 2015 actually. I think like around the same time as Say It and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was crazy. But like Diego was like fire.
Yeah, these some bangers back
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Shit,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Tory was fuck, bro. Tory still is sick, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, fuck, free that guy. That's fucked.
Yeah.
This situation's crazy.
That is a fucked situation. I
It's
don't believe that
actually
shit
nuts.
for 1 second though. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
when I
there's some deeper shit,
man,
bro. I'm
like,
not gonna get into any
let's not,
conspiracy
let's
here.
not get into
Yeah.
But,
politics.
there's definitely some weirder shit going on with that shit, you know?
Yeah.
100%
But yeah.
But yo, I mean, even with music nowadays too, it kind of gets like kind of like wicked nowadays with the whole like dissing the dead type stuff. I don't know if you know like the whole like naughty bopping and all that, and like smoking on this, smoking on that, and all that. And I mean, you've seen it like too many times and all that. But how do you even like feel about it?
I don't like that shit, bro. That's shit, you know? Yeah. Cause like, yo, that whole shit all started with like, it's like sport. Like rap is supposed to be like sport,
Yeah.
you know? Like I make fun of your hair, or your fucking, you know what I mean? Some shit like that, bro. Like that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like how Drake and Pusha T do it. And then somewhere along the lines, I don't know if fucking Chief Keef fucked it up or who did it, but it started getting real disrespectful, bro. Like, you know,
the
like.
New York artists specifically take it to
Yeah,
that, and
dude.
the UK guys
Yeah,
too.
UK,
They
I was
say
saying
some
UK,
fucked
yeah,
up
yeah.
shit.
Or those guys,
Yeah.
the guys from Florida that did that.
The Who I Smoke one, yeah.
Those
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
might have been the trendsetters,
Yeah.
bro. But
Holy,
I don't know, but
On the golf course,
yeah,
that was a
but,
funny ass
But when
video,
when you
bro.
see a response and you get money from it, then it starts to
keep
like,
going and
yeah,
going.
fam. So it's like, it's fucked, bro. Like obviously I don't like it. I don't like that energy. First of all, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, like this isn't good energy, bro.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, naughty bopping's like actually like a thing now on Fortnite. Actually, they actually made it as like a mod.
way. They
Yeah.
made it a
Yeah, they actually made it as like a dance and all that.
emote
Yeah.
or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here.
Are you fucking serious?
Yo, they actually did that. I mean, I saw it like on No Jumper, like they posted this, and then you
what
could
the
actually
fuck
see
is
that,
wrong
and
with
like,
you? Jesus
Like, here you go,
Christ.
kids.
Dude, I didn't know that kid was like 15 when he got smoked.
yeah, it's like
That's
wild,
crazy.
man, and
That
like.
is so messed up.
I mean, like a lot of people, like what Kyle Rich, Jen Carter were like saying that, and like even like the whole like Bronx kids, like K Flock, and all those people, and all
Yeah.
that. It's like wicked. But I think like the craziest thing is that Didi's like still getting bigger and bigger, like every other day, and all that.
Is that Didi Osama?
That's his like little brother, I think. Actually.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I heard that kid. I
Yeah,
heard about
bro.
that shit.
I mean, the music's good though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the music's good. Like it sounds like a lot of these guys, they like to rap about that because it brings eyes, you know. And look at Top 5, bro. He you know he's set a blueprint of you know. But yeah, like it's good. You can do that shit, but fucking change it up, bro. You know what
Yeah,
I
let's
mean?
say it's better instead of
change it up,
blueprint,
you
the
know?
wordprint, like
Yeah.
fuck.
It is
But
a
I hear that
blueprint.
though, like
It definitely
bro,
is.
I hate when these guys just ruin their fucking goal in their career. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't even have to be music alone, like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you have it, just get out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no facts.
Nah, 100% too. I'd rather they smoke on the politicians that are corrupt than like anything else. Too.
Yeah,
like,
like,
that would
for
be
real,
better,
like,
you know,
yeah,
than
Yeah,
like
bro. Go smoke on
smoking
Jeffrey
some-
Epstein,
yeah.
bro. Like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck these guys. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Like,
For real,
come
for real,
on.
like, shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've yet to hear someone saying I'm smoking on Trump or Biden or anyone else too. You know,
Well, first of all, they're fucking alive.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can't
Die
smoke
first.
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
die first, bro.
Yeah.
But Epstein, he fucking killed himself. So
Reagan
we can
too and
smoke
all
on
that.
him.
Yeah,
Dude, that guy was nuts.
Crazy, bro.
That's a whole other podcast, bro.
Yeah.
nah, man.
I actually haven't heard that name in so fucking long,
I know,
man. That's
eh?
sorry.
I
When
don't
you
know
said
why
it, I
that
was like,
popped in my head.
wow.
That's fucked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fucked
man.
up.
Nah, man. And, you know, like even being on set, like a lot of times too, and shooting all these music videos, like what are like your pet peeves, like as a videographer and director?
Oh, when guys get way too lit on set.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's the
it's
worst,
crazy.
bro. Yeah, the
Yeah.
worst,
I
bro.
can
Trying to
imagine.
rally like 10 guys that are all hammered is the worst. You know? Being late to on set too is fucking bad. Yeah, bro. Like it's just an energy sucker. You know what I mean? Like I'm just sitting there, like I've been hyped up, right? I've been listening to this song, right? You got to think about it this way. I have a vision for it. I drive there. I get there. I'm supposed to drive there and meet the guy at a certain time. When I sit there for an hour, 2 hours, you know what I mean? I sit there and then I start to go like this, and I lose my energy.
Yeah. The
And by the
social, the
time they
social
show up,
battery's
bro,
getting
by the
lower
time
and
they
lower.
show up, I'm like this.
Yeah,
All right,
facts.
bro. Just fucking get in your fucking place and let's fucking shoot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
2 hours is
That's
crazy,
a big pet peeve
bro.
of mine, you know?
Yeah.
Or like the whole like tour writer type stuff and all that. Like, hey, I need this on set. I need the food, all that type of stuff and all that.
That I like that shit sometimes when guys are direct and they want like certain things and they bring things, like, you know what I mean? That's sick, you know? Like, but yeah, fuck. That's like, those are my like pet peeves really, you know? Or another one too is when I'm literally done shooting. I'm like, yo, see you later, broski. That was a sick shoot. They give me some money. I get in my car. I turn on the car, and then I get a message. Yo, can you send me a preview?
All right, wait. I'm not gonna lie, I did that. I think I did that one time. My first.
I literally, I just look.
yeah,
I just
I
look in my
definitely
rear
did that
view,
my
and I
first
still
video
see the
for
guys, and I'm like,
Oh no, not that. I couldn't do that. That's crazy. That's
nah, but yo, I get those a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I literally will just look at it, and I'm like, nah, this can't be serious. And I'm just like. I mean, I'm
Turn on the car
obviously
and
exaggerating. It'll be like, you know, two couple hours, but you know, but fuck, like
you gotta give like
that
3
shit,
days.
that shit's pretty bad too, you know.
Yeah.
But
Or
I
like
haven't even got it on the hard
yeah.
drive yet.
Or like the models like throwing a fit over like the most wildest like thing and all that. That could be done in like maybe what 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, most of them, bro. When you bring good models on set, everything's good. So I haven't dealt with that shit in fucking forever.
Yeah, you've never dealt with one of them freaking out.
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
Nah.
Dude, when I was making my first video, like I didn't really know the rules of like
Yeah.
what you can do with the model. So I'm like, yo, like, can I touch, like, whatever? And they're like, yeah, bro, smack ass. And I'm doing it. I do it to one, and like everyone just stops. And I'm like, okay, yo, I shouldn't have smacked their ass. Fuck yeah.
boyfriend's in the back just
Everyone's like,
fucking
yeah,
looking
yo,
at
no,
you.
yo, not her though, not her. I'm like, okay.
You're like, okay, so I can smack her, but I can't. All right, check, bro. All right, fuck.
Yeah. Yo, nah,
Hey, man, fuck.
It's crazy.
for sure, man. And I mean, like a lot of videographers, they use like a lot of gears, like you know, like Blackmagic and all that, or like, and then also like Canon, Sony, all that type of stuff too. Like, what are you bringing all that to the set?
I use Sony.
Ah.
I like Sony. Yeah, Sony's just, it's just a good, bro. I just like Sony. Yeah, I've always been an A7 guy. And yeah,
Yeah.
I use DaVinci though. I don't use Premiere and
True. Because it's like, you know, better turnouts and all that, better styles. Yeah.
yeah, and I like the layout, the actual layout of the program. Like it just seems cleaner and like more open, you know? Like I can look at all of my footage way easier.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
And you could use it like on all platforms, right? Like Windows or Mac and all that. Or is it only like a Mac thing right now?
I don't even know about that. I have a custom PC, you
Oh,
know,
true.
so like it's just like some.
Yeah.
I got a PC made because you know I used to edit on like shitty laptops and shit, and bro,
Oh.
that's where you hear of videographers being like, "Yo, broski, you're not gonna get your video for 3 days because I'm rendering it right now and it just crashed 10 times. You know what I mean? But like I tried to fix that problem, so I got a custom made computer. Some like fucking nerdy guy with glasses came over and he was like, yo, and he made me this fucking he made me this crazy computer, bro. Like he like found parts and like made this shit, and I was like, and I haven't had an issue since. Like every now and then, if I'm using like bare effects, it'll take time. You know what I mean? Like I've had like crazy renders and shit, but for the most part, it's quick and easy now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Nice. I mean, for me, like I use Premiere Pro a lot. Like I think since the start, before I've used like Windows Media Player for like. Well, there's like this like Windows Movie Maker like back then, like for like COD videos and all that type of stuff too, and like it's like a major difference because with Premiere Pro, I think you have like a lot of styles that's like simplified for the typical user and all that, and like it's good for people who have like a Windows and stuff like that versus like with a Mac, some people use like Movie or something like that, or like iMovie, and it kind of depends.
Yeah, I've heard of iMovie. Yeah. Fuck, there's another program I'm forgetting. Final Cut.
Oh, Final Cut. I think that was the one actually.
Final Cut. People use that's a pretty popular one because it's like good. Like you know what I mean. You can still do like lots of good shit on it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like when I first started, I used EOS Rebel T6 for like videos and photos and stuff like that, and then I kind of like moved on to like
Canons.
Yeah, like it was actually a grad gift and all that, like when I first started, and then I transitioned over to like 4K with the Panasonic like Lumix G7, and it's still good here and there too. I mean, I still use it for like vlogs and that type of stuff too.
That's what it's perfect for.
Yeah,
man.
And I feel like it just kind of depends on your style and all that. For some people, like they're used to Sony, but others, like it kind of takes time. And like the whole like Lumix G7, it was like pretty cheap for me, so it was like something that I could like do while not having to spend like way too much money and all that too.
For sure.
So yeah, man.
That's another thing, bro. Camera equipment is not cheap, bro. It's.
I heard that it's expensive shit.
Yeah, it's expensive, So sometimes like some of these kids, unless they're fucking. Like, I had to save up time, bro, because, like, my parents just wouldn't buy me a camera, you know what I mean? So I had to save up my money for so long just to get the camera, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, okay, now I have a camera. Now I'm broke. What do I do? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, fuck, let's just start shooting and see what happens, right? Like, that's why you gotta have a good job on the side when you start, And then, like, that's what I did. I always worked a job when I first started. So, like, I just balanced it, Like,
yeah, man. Yeah. And I know, like, even with photography too, like, you could actually make the best of, like, shit, like, gear and all that too. Like, I've still used, like, I think, like, I was, like, selling some of my, like, good, like, camera, like, lenses and all that too, like, the 50M1.4 and, like, the 85M 1.8 and all that. And then, like, I had to use, like, the kit lens for, like, some stuff and all that when I'm using the Rebel T6 and all that. And, I just, like, a couple months back, I think last month, I was doing, like, a little photo shoot and all that. And from my experience, all I just needed was the good lighting, and like that was it and all that. And
lighting is everything.
Yeah, because you can use like a kit lens, and like you can make a shit photo turn into like an amazing photo within like what 5-10 minutes. So,
definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, equipment's also. You don't need just like the newest Red Dragon 12K fucking 42K camera. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need that, bro. Like as long as you just have a good, decent camera, decent lighting, and you know how to use everything, you can make really good videos.
Too, man. And even like for you producing and directing your videos and all that, like what do you prefer more, directing or producing?
Producing videos or like producing music?
No, producing videos. So like I've seen like the playlists on YouTube. You've had the directed by and like the produced by and all that. So like I know like in some cases too, people prefer like producing movies than directing. I know for you, I don't know if it's like you prefer like the opposite depending.
I'm like this. I do this. It's the same, bro. I do both jobs. You know what I mean? Like it's, basically.
How long typically does it take, like from the beginning process to the complete end, to make a full music video?
To edit?
Yeah, like edit, record, everything, like from day one to final day. Yeah.
So, well, most shoots are like when I shoot with 6CHIIILD, right? It takes us like 4, maybe 6 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We usually do 1 or 2 locations. It depends on the artist. Some guys want 2 days. Obviously, it costs more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But usually 1 day is good. You can pack a lot of shit into 6 hours. You know.
So you guys have a few videos that you guys have done?
Yeah.
And then they're released, or?
We have a couple. We have a few out.
Bro.
We got 1 on the way.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Sorry. What was your question again? I lost my train of thought there.
Dude. Oh yeah. I think how long does it take from beginning to end? So say I meet a guy on day 1, right? I'll go home, I'll dump the files onto a hard drive just to make sure, right? And then usually that night or like the next day, the next couple of days, depending on how busy I am, I'll start editing. And then
I don't know. Sometimes edits can take 8 hours. Sometimes it takes 16 hours.
Bro.
Sometimes they take fucking 40 hours.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like I've worked on videos for so many hours, like so many hours, you know, where it's like annoying, you know, like you're going back, you're changing shit, you're you're indecisive about things.
That's the art of it.
Or like I've spent time where like bro, the worst is when you're editing and then your computer crashes or something and you have to just go like
that's
you're
crazy.
4 hours in,
And
you
you
know?
have to restart.
Yeah, and you're like, that's a pretty rookie mistake now. You know what I mean? Like I used to do that a lot. Now I have like an auto save where every 5 minutes my computer just saves.
Yeah.
But like that's shit happens, bro. You
Yeah.
never know,
Same
you
thing is
know.
lucky, bro.
Like sometimes if I'm in a zone, bro, I can slap up a layout where I can go through all the footage, have everything picked in terms of all the cuts and everything in like 4 hours.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so 8 a.m. I can wake up, have a coffee, and by noon, a
Bang,
layout
bro.
is done.
Nice.
And then I need a nice break because
That's
my
clean,
brain's
yeah,
fried.
you
You know what I
have
mean?
to,
I walk
yeah,
away from the computer, I go take
yeah.
my dogs for a walk, come back, and I'm like, all right, now let's do the effects.
do it, yeah.
Let's do the color, let's do all the other
so
shit.
you do all that by yourself?
I used to do all of it by myself,
now
you know what I
you-
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I have a couple guys that help me sometimes, but it
you-
depends.
yeah,
It depends.
But you
Like,
know how to do
Yeah.
all aspects of it. That's sick, bro.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Sick,
Yeah, man, and it's like amazing to see too. And have you ever felt like even like from the first video until now, like has your growth been solidified like in that sense too? Like you felt like you've grown from the start.
Oh
until now?
yeah, yeah, bro. Some of my old videos I hate watching, bro. I'm like, this sucks so bad. But it's like anything, bro. It's like listening to your old tracks, or like, you know what I mean? Watching your old podcasts, you're gonna get better. You know what I mean? When you put in this many hours, you're bound to get better. You know what I mean? Like it's like I do jujitsu, right? If you just show up every day, that's the mentality, right? Just show up every day and you will get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even if some days you're not feeling it, if you just show up, bro. So every day I go to that computer, every day I go to a shoot, I'm taking in different shit, you know what I mean? Like you just get better over time, right? You learn from mistakes. Yeah.
Do you compete jiu-jitsu or you just train it?
No, I just started training. Like I used to do it when I was like way younger, when I was like 19, and then I just started again in September. Yeah, so I just
It's a hard sport. I box mainly, but I dipped into it a little bit.
proper.
Shit's hard. I was grappling with some guys, and bro,
Yeah.
you go against a guy that knows what he's doing.
Oh my
he'll
God.
throw you around that mat like it's nothing. Bro.
You're literally
These guys
a
are tapping
fucking-
you out in 5 seconds.
Bro, you're
I'm like, what
literally
is this shit?
yeah, you're a
crazy.
child to them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when I go and grapple against a black belt, bro, I literally feel like a fucking child, bro.
Yeah.
Like this guy's throwing my body up in the air and suspending me, and I'm like he's literally like, you know when you do that to a kid when you have your two legs up and your two arms, and you're like,
Yeah.
like he can literally do that.
Dude,
to
you ever heard of the move like Gomorrah or Komora, whatever it's called?
Kimura?
Yeah, bro. I got
Yeah.
put in the rudest Komora. I thought my arm was gonna break.
That's your
bro.
arm.
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah.
like that? It's bad. That's
Yeah.
bad,
I want to learn
bro.
that shit.
Yeah, it's fucked. man.
That's
Yeah.
bad, bro. You don't want to get it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man, that shit's crazy too. And you know, crazy too. I've actually asked this same question to Bavaro Beats actually. You know, like because of the whole like David Del Rosario situation too. So last year he made a post saying that, hey, I'm gonna quit videography because you know it's not that much for me and all that. You know, like the videographers are not the videographers, the artists are expecting like free stuff and all that,
Yeah.
and like all that type of stuff too. And you know, in any given situation, if someone asks you for services like at a reduced budget or like free, how would you handle that, and how did you even react to that situation?
Like, say if some guy comes to me and he's like, yo, bro, I only have, if my price is $1,000, right, for the music video, full price, right? And they're like, yo, I only have 500. Then I'll counter them and say, well, then if you want, we can do like 1 hour, maybe a quick 2-hour shoot, run and gun, one location. I'll bring all the equipment or whatever, but we're gonna like cut corners, basically. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, it
So
makes-
I encourage guys to like, yo, just pay the full thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Get the
Like,
whole experience.
yeah, bro. Like, you know,
that
so
makes way more sense.
yeah, for sure. But like I said, bro, like I feel like I've worked up, like I have a brand name now, like, you know what I mean? Like in terms of videos in the city, a few of us do, right? And it's been, it takes time to do that. You know what I mean? Like it takes a long time. And you have to like put yourself, but it takes a lot of risks like all along the ways, bro. I was super broke. I've thought about that 1,000 times, bro. Just saying, fuck this. I'm gonna go become a fucking caretaker or whatever the fuck, you know, teacher or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm going back to school, you know? But yeah, bro, you just gotta stay with it and things get better, you know? Like,
Because like when I read David's post, it made it to like Vlog TO because the whole like exposure of like these like certain artists like not paying like music videos or expecting stuff for free and all that, and like a lot of people, you know, were in support of like David's like decision of, you know, like not quitting and all that and like working hard, just dealing with whatever it takes and all that. So
Definitely.
it also like kind of depends on the situation too, and like how to set boundaries and all that too, you know. So
yeah, for sure, bro. Like that's the thing. Like David's a really good cameraman, bro. I'm sure he's like all of us that are in this cameraman spot where you go through crazy ups and downs. You know what I mean? Like you go through crazy ups and downs. Like I might have 1 week, bro, where I just did like 2 YG videos. I'm with Robin. I'm in the studio with this guy. You know, I made a bunch of money. I feel nice. And then the next week, fucking crickets. Literally. And you're like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like it happens, bro. Like there's tons of ups and downs, bro. Like it can, but that's part of business too, bro. Like you ask any person in entrepreneurship and they'll say the exact same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not all fucking, you start a business and next thing you know, you're able to buy a fucking cottage. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't work like that. You gotta
have to be like consistent and all that too. Yeah, like when I noticed that, like because like 2 weeks ago, I was in like Montreal, like in the first week of November. Came back the next week, you know, working because, and like the last video I posted was like, you know, several weeks back, and like I realized, yo, I have to be consistent, like even like dropping this too. Like even if I do take a break, I have to shoot like 3, 4, 5 just to kind of make it to like the same spot as so and so and all that. So like it all depends on like the consistency and making sure everything's set like at detailed timing and all that too, you know. So
absolutely, yeah, bro, and that's good that you know that. Like if you know that, like, yo, I've been going so hard, I might burn out, or December's coming and I need time off. Then go extra hard in November, get those few extra shots in, so then when you're chilling at home, you can just be like, yo, let me just upload this quick for the people, you know.
100% too, man.
And you're not constantly like on this like. It's the same. It's like a paycheck to paycheck grind. You know what I mean? You get the paycheck, you spend it, then you need another paycheck, right? You shoot the podcast, you drop it, now you got to shoot another podcast. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to be in that. You want to be able to like stack and have them on go, and you know what I mean? Like for sure, definitely, bro.
And you know, for like projects and like other stuff as well too, are there like any like projects or clients that you would like never take on in your opinion? Like let's say if someone were to create like a music video, you know, depicting, you know, like homophobia or like racism.
Oh yeah. No, I definitely wouldn't do that. Any of that shit. No, 100% no. Nah. There's definitely a line that can't be crossed. You know what I mean?
Especially in this day and age, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Like there's even a point, bro. I had to tell a guy the other day on set, like when they start talking hot shit, I'm like, yo, I can't shoot this, bro. Like the situation was like I was shooting an artist, and then a guy on set was like, yo, let me get a snippet for a song, and then we could shoot a video in a week, and I'll like, you know, set up everything. And I'm like, okay, bet. So I haven't heard the song yet. Then as soon as he plays it, it's a diss track. And I'm like, yo.
Oh, shit.
Right after the first take, I'm like, yo.
The lyrics crazy.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think this is a good thing to do.
Because then your name is attached to that.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's just not good, bro. Like, I'm not into that. I'm not into that shit. Like, my life is literally, I do music videos, bro. And I have 2 dogs at home and a nice girlfriend that I love and a house, and I just chill. You know what I mean? And shoot these videos. So I don't need all this extra baggage, bro. Like I'm not a fucking 18-year-old kid anymore. You know what I mean? Like I'm fucking old, bro. I'm 31. Like yeah, bro. Like everybody thinks I'm a 23-year-old kid. You know what I mean? And it's like nah, bro. Like
I wouldn't have said 23. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people think I'm in my 20s though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have said late 20s. I would have guessed.
Yeah.
How old are you? Me at 24.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm actually 27, actually.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So how long have you been doing this? Let me ask you a couple questions.
The podcast stuff and the interviews since 2018, actually. Podcasting 2021.
Sick.
And yeah, it's been a good experience so far. I mean, just growing, working to make sure everything works out. And then there were times where I had to like kind of like step back to kind of work on other ventures and all that too. And you know, it's interesting too because it led me to like different opportunities in my life that I would never do. Like I was like managing like an artist at one point too. I was taking like a lot of like concert photos at one point for some publications and just kind of growing for a bit too. And then like I think when the pandemic hit, like I kind of had to like halt for a bit too and like, you know, focus on like the branding of my platform because I never like even like around those times like 2018 2019 I wasn't thinking about like the lens of Yashu. I was thinking about, hey, like let's make my name out there in that style, like within concert photography or, you know, helping other artists too. And then
for sure
when that pandemic hit, like I had to rebrand, you know, focus on myself too, like what I did like in the first place, which is interviewing like certain artists here and there too. And, you know, I shot my first Vlad TV style interview like I think September 2020 actually, and then it just kind of like led on from there and all that, you know, and just focus more on this from now on.
Amazing.
Yeah, man.
No, good for you, bro. Yeah, you're gonna go through tons of ups and downs too as a podcaster. Man. You know, the social media, own your own media game is hard, bro.
And
like, you know?
there's like times where I do get like depressed with this stuff too, because I actually have homies who also do like podcasting and other type of stuff too, like my guy, like Versatile, like Vigilante, like Uncle Vince and all that.
Yep.
You know, like even like We Love Hip Hop, Wheeler, like, you know, what I would like see like a We Love Hip Hop post or like a broadcast Wheeler type post or other stuff like that, or if it's like an artist like I'm actually interested in interviewing and all that, and then like when they get that interview, I'm just like, shit, I have to kind of figure out like reroute for a bit too, and then it leads me to, you know, working with other people too, like getting their story out and, you know, making sure like a relationship is lit and like, you know, even like branching out. Like right now I'm doing like the whole like TLOY food life type stuff where we vlog like different restaurants and you know, I'm doing like other stuff like vlogs and all that. I actually just shot like a vlog a while back for Slum Success's intro music video. It was like at Young Dundas Square, and like, you know, I just kind of did the vlog myself too, and then, you know, it's already up now, but like it's on like my backup for a bit too, and then you know, just doing stuff like that to kind of like branching out to making like the channel like different than like anything else and all that too, because you have to like stand out versus like your other competitors and all that, and you have to figure out what might be best for you and to be consistent in that.
Absolutely. I bet you had to go through the managing thing and the concert shit to find out what you like. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I managed artists too when I first started. I had the blog. I tried different things and I kind of found what I liked. You know, in the music. I knew I wanted to be in the music industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't know what. Like I knew I didn't want to be no fucking white rapper, bro. I knew that was crossed off. That was not a fucking option. You know what I mean? So I was like, but I want to do something. You know, like I want to be involved somehow. I love it so much. Like that's like, you know, when everybody says, "What do you want to do? What's your passion?" Make your everyday job not work by making it something you love. You know what I mean? So say you love basketball. I gotta get involved with basketball, bro. Like, you know, that's how I felt about rap.
Yeah, exactly.
When did you first notice you were like intrigued by this whole like industry stuff? Like what age you think?
I started like, you could ask any of my friends, like right around like 2010, I started like listening to rap like it was like a fucking job. Like it was like I would like
doing
put on shit and guys are like, who the fuck is this? You know, like I'm putting on like Wiz Khalifa before he's like, you know what I mean? Like I'm playing all these like random rappers and shit, right? So I just had the passion for like, you know, and then I was like, yo, if I can find these guys just on my own, why can't I just do this as like a job? You know what I mean? Like make it like a blog page and be like, yo, I found this guy. This guy's sick. You know what I mean? Let me, you know, and dude, kind of
how'd you guys end up connecting?
Fuck.
2018. Actually.
Yeah, a long time ago.
2018. And then we just, it was my fault. I was like, stop making music. And stuff. And then started making it and just like contact him right away.
Oh, that's sick.
He's really good. Yeah, he's got a good sound. Yeah.
Sick, bro.
He's like a little Tory Lanez kind of.
What's your like main genre, would you say?
I'd say hip hop.
Hip hop?
Yeah,
Nice.
like more.
You like hip hop R&B too.
R&B.
Like a little mix. Yeah, that's what I try to hit too. Yeah.
Bro. So for like free tracks for people to tap in, like which songs would you like put that for the people?
Songs?
Yeah.
Shit. I always ask this guy, what do you think? Me
I'd
personally,
say-
I don't like my songs, bro.
No?
Nah. Like, I like them, but like, I don't know. I make them for people, you know? Try to reminisce their own life.
That's nice.
Oh, so many guys, once they put out their song after a while, they're like, I don't even like that no more. I think Indecisive is one of your best tracks.
Yeah.
And Blue Jeans is pretty good.
Something that's out. I don't know. Like Red Wine. Like I'm talking about videos he did too. Like,
these sound like some super R&B names.
Red Wine.
Yeah,
Red Wine's a cool video too.
Yeah,
we
that
did some
sounds
cool
hard,
shit. Got this guy in a suit and everything.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
He's some crazy
Yeah.
shit.
I still have that red wine in my crib. Yeah, from the video. It's just
Oh,
chilling
you
on
had
like
the
a
vino
shelf.
on deck, eh?
Yeah, I always just, whenever I come home with like something weird shit from a shoot, I always just save it, you know? Hoodlum gave me a fucking plastic cup. It's been sitting there holding my, it's been holding my pens for like 5 years, you know? Like, yeah, bro, I got to, you know? You never know.
Yeah, man, yo. We're about to get into like the whole like fun, messy stuff for a bit too. So, you know, to get more into the fun stuff. So with a lot of your shit being on like 6+ premieres and like other platforms, what was like that feeling and impact like shown when it was like finally shown in the public? And have you ever received like recognition or any criticism and stuff like that?
Yeah, all the time. Oh yeah, all the time. It's Toronto, bro. Everybody's like, yo, fuck you, bro. Yeah, that happens all the time, bro.
Like comments.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Wave Room and all those.
definitely.
I've gotten
you know,
ripped up in those comments. Yeah,
everybody
I
does,
just
bro.
laugh,
Yeah, bro. You're gonna have.
So how do
people
you
that like
maintain that? Like, how do you like, you know? Because I'm gonna experience those soon. Like, I have before, but how
yo,
do you,
that
like,
shit used to
control it?
get to me. Like, you know what I mean? But like now I'm just like, yo, bro, this guy probably just listens to someone that I work with that they don't like, and like that's probably what it is. You know, it's probably some weird unbiased thing, you know, or like
man.
or.
Yeah, I can definitely relate, like, in that sense, too. Like, I remember, like, in 2021, I was experimenting for a bit, too, for the post, and I was doing some say cheese type shit where I was making, like, a top rapper list, like, for the spring, summer of, like, Toronto and all that, and, like, you know, I had one for the women and then one for the dudes and all that, and I remembered I had more criticism for the women and then for the men and all that, because...
Say word.
Because I remembered it was, like, posted on Twitter and all that, too, because I was posting, like, so the list, it was, like, as it goes and all that, so... spring 2021, I had like Tia Banks at number 1, this non-binary rapper, I mistaken them for like female, this person named Deja SB on number 2 and all that, and then I think this girl named like Ebony, who's now like Sad Boy or something like that, at number 3, and then you know Killer T and Taylor at like 4 and 5, Hawaii Mighty at 6, and then the list went down, and this is like just like from what
you remember your list, bro. That's
this is like what like Seishi's was like kind of doing all that, and then like when I put like the bottom list for 2, like 14, 15, 16, it's like you know rappers that people respected, but like for me it was like I felt like they could have put more work at that time.
Yeah, weird.
I remember I think this one Toronto like female rapper like kind of paged me on that, like yo dog, why did you put me on there and all that, you know, like yo take me off your shit.
Who was that?
Yo, I think I'm gonna get like head tapped on this, but yo, Badass Buck.
Oh, badass book, yeah.
Yo, but
I've done a few videos with her. She's awesome. She's a great person.
But I remember
she
like
definitely probably paged you.
Yeah. I mean, I blocked her at one point too. You know, not to get that feeling, but like
she's
I remember
good people,
getting
man.
like the praise from like you know Tia Banks and like I think Killer T, Taylor, like those people.
Yeah.
And then Deja SB, like what they did, they kind of did like a whole like Twitter stuff and all that, and like people were reacting on Twitter and like you know with some good reactions and bad reactions too, but it was like you know I could like take it and all that too, and then
For sure.
I
You
just
gotta-
kind of stopped it at one point too because I felt like hey, I feel like people kind of got it like misconstrued and all that too. It's like you know like what Sean Cotton would do and all that because he would do like the whole like top 15 like rappers
For sure.
and it was like the same style and all that too, and like I think people weren't ready for that, and I could definitely say like some people kind of took my wave on that and kind of made it into a thing of their own. Not gonna say names, but you know everyone knows who it is, you know.
Yeah. The thing with Badass Buck, I think everybody in Toronto knows this. She's probably like the best female Toronto rapper. Like she probably is.
Yeah.
You said who?
Badass Buck.
Oh, is that the guy you said?
Yeah.
What
Like-
kind of music does she make?
She makes like hip hop, like rap shit.
okay.
Like she's bro. I'm telling you, this girl is fucking sick. Like she's actually like, but she's not consistent enough. You know, like she's just not. Like she just hasn't put out enough music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the music, she's fucking probably the best, bro. Like she actually is. If you go look at her shit, you're like, damn, bro, this girl's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like I think if she went hard for like 3 years straight, took rap full time, right? Like just focused on that full time, she would blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Man.
yeah, she's fucking sick.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully, Badass. I apologize for that. Hopefully, we'll have you back on soon.
She's outside that door, bro.
Yeah, you go beat you around.
Yo, red beam, head tap, and all that. Come on now. Yo, yeah,
That's the end of it.
What I could say is that it opened like you know like Pandora's box for like other people to blow up and all that. GTV and all that's like blowing up like crazy. Seeking Success podcast, like it's doing better and all that. Real Toronto News. So now more people are tapping into that than to like other platforms nowadays too. And you know it's amazing to see. You know like everyone has to get their bag one way or another. You know.
Absolutely, bro. It's like then they all bring something different to the table.
Yeah.
GTV is like a fun interactive kind of show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like it feels like an Andrew Schultz type thing where you're all like the boys chilling.
That's fun.
Yeah, you're like the boys chilling, you know what I mean? And then you got Real Toronto where he's like really good at like giving you really good questions. Like he'll give you some like a question that'll make you viral.
Yeah.
Like he's smart, bro. That guy is fucking smart. The Real Toronto News.
Yeah. I mean, Lady
podcast.
SB got like a no jumper interview because of that and all that. And I mean, it's wrong for
Yo,
what she
sick
said,
to
but
my stomach,
yeah.
fam. Wasn't
Oh,
that her?
Is that
No,
who that is?
that's
Yeah.
Seeking Success.
That was Seeking
yeah,
Success.
yeah.
Sorry,
That's my
but-
Lady SB is like the Real Toronto News one, but I feel like with those two, like it kind of led doors for them, like in a certain way too. Lady SB with the No Jump interview. I mean, Plush was still already big Toronto wise and all that.
Yeah.
We have to see her on that whole American level. I mean, she got you know, like the media stuff from like Andrew Schultz and all that. So yeah. But yeah, man.
That sick to my stomach video pissed me off for some reason, man.
That's just
I don't
the
know why,
most.
dude, I wanted to smash my phone in a million pieces, dude. That
Like
accent
if you were like,
shit.
if someone asked me like, what's the worst thing about Toronto, just show them
pull
that
up that
clip.
video and
just
be like, yeah.
this right here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But she still does some like sick music though, like in a bit too.
Does that girl make music?
She makes music.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was just
No,
like a
she used to
Whoa
be
Vicky
like
and she
a
just
rapper,
yeah,
like
I
a
thought she just did
Debbie.
watch.
She-
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, she does like some rapping and all that too. I think she kind of stopped for a bit. One of her viral tracks was like Bikini Bottom or something like that too. But yeah, I think she kind of stopped because of the whole
I
TikTok
think
stuff and
that's
all that.
Ice Spice, bro. I think you mixing her up.
No,
with
no,
Ice
she
Spice.
actually had a song
Ice Spice
called.
has a song called Bikini Bottom. No?
I think she had like a whole like, you know, like SpongeBob song and all that too, but it kind of stopped for a bit. But like nah, like the TikTok stuff kind of got big from her. So
Yeah.
I can understand it, you know. So
Yeah, weird.
yeah, man. And I know like this might be like a tough question to ask and all that too. I mean, I think you already spoke it briefly, like I think last year and all that, but you know, you were actually like robbed for your equipment for a bit too. So if you want to like get into it, like tell me more about that backstory of it and how it sort of changed for you in terms of like dealing with stressful like situations like that.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm not gonna get into the details of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll talk about that. Maybe never. You know. But,
Yeah, no worries.
But I'll keep it brief. Like, yeah, like someone did that, set me up and took my shit, right? And it was just it made me realize. It's I always kind of figured something like that. You're dealing with this, you know what I mean? I've been in the game for so long, you know, it's just like a chance thing, you know, like it's just, you know, you can drive your car a million times. Eventually you might get into a car accident, right? Like it's the same type of shit, right? When you're dealing with sometimes these guys are just they're not focused on music, bro. Music's just there to like fuel the bad shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I have to, that's one thing that situation made me realize is I have to like see who's a real musician, who cares, who is, and like another thing too is who has a good rapport in the city. You know what I mean? Like some of these artists are great guys to work with. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so I just work with good people, bro. Changed up. It's bro. You ask any cameraman, this shit's stressful, bro. You never know what the fuck.
There's a lot of slimy fucks in this.
Bro,
city,
you just never know what you're gonna walk into. Facts, bro. Like
Yeah.
you don't know, like I don't know. You could have fucking shot
like a
somebody last
fucking-
night, bro. And now
yeah.
today we're shooting a music video. We're outside on fucking
exactly.
Queen Street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this guy's got a target. I'm just saying.
No,
I'm
I know.
just using you as a bad example, bro. I know. I'm just using you as a bad example, bro. But yeah, like that situation could happen. You never know.
exactly.
You
Yeah,
never
man.
fucking know, right? So like
that's
it's a stressful situation. You know what I mean? Like it can be a lot of high anxiety, you know, and I try to find ways to like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I mean, with like Vlad, he has like security like 24/7 and all that. Seichi's, when he shoots his interviews, he has to keep like a gun at him at all times, like because it's like open carry, I think, in Texas and all that too. And then with Toronto, it's a little bit different too, because with some people like in videography and all that type of stuff too, if you're not like in the streets, you're not gonna carry like a piece with you or a little like switchy and all that. So like kind of depends. So some people would have security, others like have extra people that kind of come with protection. So it all depends, you know.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times. Not like had a gun on me, but like brought security with me.
Yeah.
You know, just to be safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, you never know. Like it's just part of the game, bro. It's just, you know.
No, sure.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Ontario or like Canada in general should be like open carry and all that? So you know, for protection, you know,
Like a Texas type thing.
yeah,
Oh yeah, fuck, bro.
because you know you have these like beans and like all these other people like stabbing people up.
Yeah,
like,
because people do use guns for the right way, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are places in the States where crime's down because you're not gonna break into some guy's house. You're gonna shoot your head off when you walk in. You know what I mean? Canada, you're like, yo, I can just break into this person's house. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucked up, bro. But that's gonna change because that one dude said fuck that and blew off that guy's fucking head when he walked in recently.
Oh yeah,
really?
this happened
In Canada, bro.
What happened? Did they jail him or like what happened?
He got jailed, but now he's like out, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they dropped the charges and all that.
Yeah, bro, that's gonna change a lot of shit. In terms of like standing your ground. You know what I mean? I think so.
What are you gonna do like, if you don't have no weapon or?
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely getting a registered firearm for sure. Like that's definitely in the process, man. Just to like have one at the crib, bro. Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, Trudeau has to do it one way or another, or Pierre if he ever becomes like prime minister and all that. So
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And you know, like as like I know you already spoke about it like briefly, but how do you feel about the music scene right now? Just with like what's going on, do you feel like that there should be some changes on the direction of the scene, of where the scene should go to, or do you feel like it's fine the way it is?
The music scene, it's not as booming as it once was. You know what I mean? It definitely has had a bit of a decline since like Rolling Loud time. You know what I mean? But that's just the way it is, bro. The scene is. It was bound to happen. Just you know what I mean? I don't know, bro. Like just a lot of violence happens. You know what I mean? Over time, a lot of guys have been locked up. Like I said, a lot of guys have passed away that were really talented. You know, so you're missing their music that you once had.
I mean, because like last year, I mean, we had like Rolling Loud. A year back, you know, DJ Academics was speaking with like all these like Toronto bands and all that, and like
that shit was so big. Remember when Clubhouse, like all those Clubhouse rooms and shit? Like
I literally like say this with like all the people I have on here, you know, because those were like the 3 viral things that really did happen and like shed light on Toronto for a bit too. And then
for sure.
I think it kind of died down, you know, giving more of the like forced like mainstream artists to kind of blow up and all that. And
Right.
But I feel like in a sense too, it has helped in a way in not only revenue but like giving people like exposure and all that too, because I actually had like one artist like a while back that actually performed at Rolling Loud and all that. So
yeah.
it's a whole crazy experience, you know. So
No, for sure. Yeah, the scene. But like, it's just like anything. Like analytically, like if the scene is going like this, it's gonna have a little bit of a decline, right? And then before it goes back up, right? It's kind of like a stock. You know what I mean? Like so, like bro, Hoodlum's out. Robin Banks I think is gonna drop some shit. There's a bunch of big artists that are about to like release music because I think they're tired. They're kind of looking at the scene like fuck this, you know what I mean? Like, but there are a bunch of guys that are keeping the scene alive though. You know what I mean? Like YG is keeping the scene alive.
They're doing big things. Him and Press,
bro, and Bundog,
50 Cent and shit.
Trust me, bro. Those guys are fucking sick. Like those guys are. Those guys keep the scene alive. There's a lot of guys. You know what I mean? And then you get. I don't know if it's a healthy kind of like rivalry, you know, with like the Moolah stuff, you know, but you need those characters in the scene, you know what I mean?
He just came back to the scene too.
Yeah, bro. It's like when if top 5 like can get out soon, like that'll be a huge plus for the scene, you know? Like, because that's when you get all the characters out and you get all the personalities.
Yeah,
you know
Toronto
what I mean?
does have some characters, bro.
Real characters,
that's the
bro.
thing. Like that's what I love about the
Yeah, a
city.
lot of these guys you don't hear from them because they're just not. You know, Biz Looks in jail or Hoodlum was locked up or like, you know what I mean? But when they're all out and they're all active doing the music shit, it's great for the city, bro. And it makes other people like want to go hard. They're like, yo, if this guy's doing this shit, let me do some shit, you know? It's good
like,
for the city.
Yeah, I mean, Casper came home and like did like Vlad TV and like dropped, I think, one of the best projects of like this year and all that with like solo, like OTA and all that. And, you know, he's, I think, somewhat signed to EXO and all that. I don't even know if that's like true or not and all that, but
yeah, he's got a co-sign at least. Like, you know, they fuck with him.
For sure, man.
Yeah, Casper's sick, bro. I went to the Vlad interview with him.
True.
I was just sitting in the corner while he was getting interviewed.
Yeah, I think
you
he
know?
talked about it on the We Love Hip Hop interview and all that, and like it's kind of crazy like how like that full circle moment is like coming by and all that too. And I don't know if you've like still tapped in with like Vlad to do more of the Toronto stuff because I think he's like looking for people in Toronto to do some stuff and all that.
Yeah, like his team, he has a team. Fuck, what are they called? Red Lighter something. Something lighter. I can't remember. I'll have to find it. But those guys did the podcast. Like I just came with Casper. He was like, yo, reach and do a Vlad interview. Like, and I took some photos and shit, right?
True.
But yeah, that shit was cool, bro. Like seeing like, you know, he's like one of the biggest like podcast interviewer guys in the world, right? So that was kind of sick. That shit's sick though, bro. Like but Vlad's not gonna want to interview you unless you're doing good shit. You know what I mean? So
noise and stuff like that.
Definitely, bro. You gotta go hard.
Yeah, you're either gotta be like an OG or someone like related to Drake and all that. So I feel like he would do like maybe like Cardinal Official and all that, or maybe
I could see
Smiley.
those guys.
I could see like Smiley as well too on there.
He should do a Smiley one.
I mean, he did like an interview with like Snow like last year and all that. So yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Vlad, like right now, he's like booming right now because of the whole like Tupac situation too. Even though there's like this other guy named like I think Art of Dialogue that kind of did the whole like Tupac stuff and all that, and it was like more in depth. And then like he's even doing more of the like puffy stuff and all that. So within like content creators, like you see like Vlad Art of Dialogue, Camp Capone, like booming. Like I watch almost all of their content like every other day and all that.
Yeah, you probably look up to them. They're like a mentor type looker. You know what I mean? Like you kind of see inspiration from them and how they do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, nah. I mean, I'm more into like Vlad, some academics sometimes too, and like No Jumper, like the way Adam does like interviews and all that too, and like. I feel like with No Jumper right now, it's good and bad at the same time too, because the whole like Figmunity situation, and then just having hit or miss people like Flacco and all that, and Almighty Suspect, and sometimes too it kind of depends on who you have like on your platform.
Definitely. Yeah. No, for sure. Because then you'll like which guys you can kind of dig into and shit.
Yeah.
'Cause Adam 22 is pretty fucking. He can be fucking out there with his questions, bro. Like this guy's like, oh yeah, you got shot, eh? Yo, did you slide, bro?
Yeah.
Like he's bad, bro. Like sometimes you're just like, what? Like
sure.
some crazy questions come from him, right? But
what's that guy's name that asks some? Oh, Charlemagne.
Charlemagne.
So he has some fuck questions
he's like,
too, bro.
He asked Logic who raped his sister.
Yeah, I don't want to say that, but yeah, that's
yo.
exactly what I was thinking about.
I was like, yo, this guy, bro.
Yeah, dude, his reaction was like, oh, man.
He sniffed J-Lo's chair, bro, when she got up.
Dude,
he needs to be stopped, bro. That guy needs to be stopped.
In No Jumper, there's this guy named Poetic Flacco and all that too, where he was doing like this weird like investigative type stuff. Like I think he had like Lil Man J, some guy who sounds like Lil Baby, and like was investigating on if he was a culture and vulture and all that. He was like asking these like random people, and he was like interviewing like random people. Like I think 16 shot him, and like this guy, I think like this Mr. Big kind of guy too, and all that, and like. He got like the angriest like reactions out of all of them. I think 16 like spat at him and like.
No way.
I think I've seen a clip of that. Yeah.
Like that's.
There's been a lot of fights on No Jumper, no?
Yeah, the Almighty thing, and then the whole house phone stuff. But I think it's spread down too, But,
yeah, they were going wild for a minute.
For sure. We just have like these like couple questions left and all that too. But how do you deal with your mental health, like being in this like position that you're in right now, with a lot of shit going on in your life? Do you feel like is it like overwhelming at times, or do you know how to handle it like smoothly and all that?
Yeah, it can be overwhelming. I try to balance my like home life. I used to just think work, get in the hours, you know what I mean? But now I know it's just about balance, you know what I mean?
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I started going back to jiu-jitsu, doing that just for my mental health.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's so sick for mental health specifically.
Absolutely, man. You get a clear mind. It's just like you can take kind of what you learn there and bring it into other things in life. Just going into things with like an open mindset, like getting better slowly. Trying weird shit. And but yeah, a lot of anxiety and stress. And, But just try to balance it.
Yeah, man. I mean, going for walks and all that, as like smoking weed and all that too. Like I see you like smoke weed on your podcast. Like it is like more relaxing, like in a sense too, and all that. And like I mean, like journaling too, and like even just like going to therapy, like in a sense too, like it works and all that. It kind of depends on like your style and all that too. For me, it's like I'll do walks or I'll watch videos, or I kind of reset, go on a trip and all that, and kind of works out in that way.
Yeah, for sure, dude. No, everybody needs their kind of like escape or like a crutch, It doesn't have to be the worst thing in the world, Like you go smoke a joint, like you said, go for a walk. Like I have 2 dogs that I walk every day. I take them to a dog park with my girlfriend, and it's fucking, it's good mental. Walking is really good for, But yeah, I use weed as like a medicine almost. Like when I'm editing and shit, like I'll edit for like an hour straight, and then once I start to get that little itch where I'm like, fuck this, I just fucking go take a couple hits off the fucking weed, and I'm just like toasty again. And it's like, I can go do another 2 hours, Like it's just like a thing,
True. Sativa or indica?
I prefer indicas. I like indicas. Yeah. Just because it keeps me there, like
I find sativa doesn't get you going as much.
Yeah, true.
Like especially if you're trying to focus.
For sure. Yeah, it's definitely better for like if you have something to do, and you're just like you want to just hit something, you don't want to get fried.
Bro.
I mean, hybrids are also like okay too, and all that. It kind of depends on your energy and mood and all that. And,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh man. And what do you have going on next? And do you guys have like any closing remarks you'd like to say and all that?
Me and him, we have a video coming out soon. We just shot it recently. It's pretty sick. I'll just leave it at that. And then, but yeah, I'm working on a second project, like an album.
True.
I've been working on it for a while now, bro. A couple months. Some of the names I have on it already, like it's almost done, eh? So like, I just need like 2 or 3 more good songs. You guys know who G41 is? GG's?
Yeah.
He just gave me his song today. Like he just finished it. So certain guys that were in jail, I had to do the whole let's pick a song that fits the tape type deal, you know?
Yeah.
But I got in the studio again. I got some random features together. I got this guy who's kind of popping right now, One Don. He's a dance hall artist. He's really hard. I got him on the tape with 2 other artists. Homie 61st, Smiley's friend.
Okay.
Another guy, Finesse King from Scarborough.
From
He had a song
Scarborough?
with Jim Jones.
Oh yeah, I know Jim Jones. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So I got FB from Driftwood.
Yeah, I know who that is actually.
DQ. The first single from the tape is out. It's called For Fun with DQ.
Okay.
That passed away.
Nice.
And then I got I have a mainstream artist on it though, eh? I'm just not gonna say it yet.
Oh yeah,
you know? But I have a mainstream artist. Like he has I think he has like 7 million monthly listeners.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Like he's or maybe 7 million followers on Instagram, one of the two. But he's big. You know,
Nice,
like people know of this guy. He's on Lyrical Lemonade.
Oh, that's mint.
He was on the freshman cover.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He's on the tape.
That's big.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
Sick,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
I guess anyone else have anything else to say on all that, or
I'm good, man.
What about you? Here, tap in for a second, 6CHIIILD. Yeah.
All right. Oh, you guys just honestly just tap into our music.
Yeah.
6CHIIILD. And
All platforms.
all platforms.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
Sick.
all right?
And it's really like just let me know how you feel about it.
For sure.
man.
At least some comments.
Yeah, man.
Our live will be probably dropped hopefully next week
Yeah.
on his page, so just check it out. You know?
Yeah.
Sick.
No, for sure, man. And Macadelic, 6CHIIILD, AJ, thank you for pulling through for this very dope conversation and all that. AJ for the hosting, the guys for the wonderful conversation too and all that. And
Thank
it's
you,
been
man.
lit so far. And this is Josh, also known as Yashu of TLOY Talks, episode 61. You're gonna get it on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Buzzsprout. Much more and all that too. You're definitely gonna see more co-hosting soon. Me and AJ, or me, or with other people and all that too. We're gonna create dope vibes, dope energy with the dope guests and all that, and bring that through and all that. And you always gotta tap in, comment, subscribe, or follow on all their platforms with AJ's, with 6CHIIILD's, with Macadelic, with everyone else doing all that. And we're gonna keep it lit and all that too. And this is Josh, also known as Yashu, with AJ Niroo, dopest artist in the game right now. 6CHIIILD, dopest artist in the game right now, and the legendary videographer Macadelic. We're all signing off.